Powerlifting is a sport composed by three main disciplines called lifts. They are, in order, squat, the bench press, and the deadlift. Each athlete has 3 attempts with 1 minute per attempt
to start the lift.
There are 3 referees, and each of them give a white light in case of a good lift and a red light in case of a no lift.
The athletes are separated per weight, age and sex category. The sum of each of the best attempts per lift builds the total, and the athlete with the bigger total is the winner. In case of a draw, the lighter lifter wins.
The squat is the first movement of the competition. On that lift, the use of the legs and the back is extremely important. Once the athlete stands erect with his knees locked and the bar on his back, the central referee gives the squat command. The lifter then bends his knees and lowers his body until the top surface of the legs at the hip joint are lower than the top surface of his knees. He then comes back up, locking his knees and hips in order to complete the lift. The central referee will then give the rack command, and the athlete has to put the bar on the squat rack. There are 3 main mistakes to avoid in order to not have a no lift on the squat. First, if the athlete isn't standing erect with his knees locked at the beginning and at the end of the squat event. Second, if the proper competition depth isn't reached at the bottom of the movement. Third, if the athlete doesn't complete the lift with a single upward movement, meaning if the bar goes down during the ascent of the movement.
Hello and welcome to day 1 of the 2023 IPF World Classic and Equipped Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships. I am Amelia Potter, and this afternoon we have for you the 43 kilo and 47 kilo Sub-Junior and Junior ladies in the equipped category. This will be made up of 2 flights. The first flight will be our Sub-Junior and Junior 43 kilo women, and our second flight will consist of the following, which will be the 47 Sub-Junior and Junior kilo women. We count you down now into the session, starting off with Zuzanna Snodjek of Poland, opening with 75 kilos. So just as a quick reminder again, this will be a flight of 7, all 43 kilo women jumping between Sub-Junior and Junior, followed by all of the 47 kilo Sub-Junior and Junior women. Zuzanna is only 15 years of age and already competing on an international stage, which is something to be incredibly proud of. Lovely, easy opening attempt there, 3 white lights. For those of you wondering what the difference might be between equipped and classic, equipped here you can see the lifter is wearing knee straps and what is called a squat suit, whereas classic lifters will be in a normal ply singlet and knee sleeves. We now have Jasmine Barlow of the United States opening on 77.5 kilos. A nice looking opening attempt there. And a good lift. As you might have heard, her coach yelled at her when she got to the bottom of the squat. And we usually see this in equipped, as they can't often tell when they reach depth. So there's an external party that helps them, usually being their coach, to tell them when they've reached it and when to stand up. 105 kilos now for Kristina Ulyanik of Ukraine. She is hyped up and ready to go. I've also got to commend the incredible coordination with her outfit. She lets out a scream and 3 white lights, a good lift, and I can only imagine we're going to see more and more chalk on her face as the day goes on.
Now setting up the bar at 110 kilograms for Valeria Konukova, Ukraine.
Valeria Konikova of Ukraine, 110 kilos, 115 kilos is her current best.
Valeria Konukova.
So opening 5 kilos below her current best. We often see very fast progress amongst sub-juniors as they're either new to the sport or can get that newbie growth. And a good lift. Valeria with a very wide stance there on her squat. You can see here, she's almost... Yeah, really nice there. Almost maxing out how far she can put her feet.
The bar is loading for Oksana Sukodieva.
We have Oksana Sukodieva of Ukraine, 122.5 kilos. Ooh. Unfortunately, just pings off of her back there. I hope she's okay, and it's just a case of her knee wraps perhaps being a little too tight. But unfortunately, that is a no lift. So hopefully she feels better and for her next lift can come out, but if not, the safety of the lifter is always most valuable. Daria Holovka of Ukraine, 127.5 kilos. Bit of a fight. Oh, unfortunately just tipped a little bit forwards there on the way up and lost position. So hopefully it's something she can come back and fix for her second attempt. We now have Veronica Ompod of the Philippines opening on an absolutely huge lift. You can see her personal best is 155, so you know she's got a big squat in her. Her opening attempt is 140 kilos, which will be 3.2 times body weight, which is absolutely huge. The clock is timing down. She just gets ready now. She's got plenty of time. 35 seconds to get the start command. The current world junior squat record in the 43s is 160 kilos. So her all-time best being 5 kilos below that and opening at 140. Should it move well, could be very exciting for her third attempt. Wow, certainly dipped it and moved it very well. And it's a good lift. That bodes very well heading into her second and third.
That weight class, 43 kilograms. Moving up now to 82.5
And that
kilograms.
straight away takes us to our second attempt. This is a flight of 7, which in classic would be difficult anyway, but adding the extra element of the equipped gear, which you have to get off, you have to get on, you know, it's going to be a really quick turnaround back there for the girls. So hopefully it doesn't affect them too negatively there. Jasmine Barlow of the United States now, 82.5 kilos. Unfortunately, not quite there. It's a lot harder with equipped to tell whether it's a strength issue or an equipment issue or positioning. So we'll see in the third if she can come back for that. But let's look at the replay here. She seems to just drop straight away without much of a sticking point. 85 kilos now for Zuzanna Snowjack of Poland. Really nice looking second attempt there from Zuzanna. And it's a good lift.
Coming up next is Kristina Uliaki. She managed to lift 105 kilograms at her first attempt. Coming up next with 110 kilograms on the bar. Kristina Uliaki.
We have Kristina Ulnik of Ukraine, 110 kilos for her second attempt. Already on her second, this will be a 5 kilo comp PB for Kristina, should she get this. As I mentioned, we often see the sub-juniors fly past those. And as expected, more and more chalk we are seeing on Kristina's face. She is hyped up and ready to go. She managed to get it up. I'm hoping she didn't lose balance at the top there. No, she did not. 3 white lights, a good lift. See that again here in the replay. Once she gets past that kind of middle point there, she really shoots up very quickly. We have Valeria Konikova of Ukraine, 117.5 kilos. A 7.5 kilo jump. This will be a 2.5 kilo PB for Valeria on her second. And 2-1, a good lift. Just a depth call from the center referee there. And when your stance is so wide from the front, it really is hard to tell with depth. And there's just a spotter in the way there, so we can't really tell from the side either. But it's more important that the lifter is safe than we can see the side angle there. So we'll err on the side of the benefit of the lifter. We have Oksana Sukhodieva now of Ukraine. She just struggled on her opener, and a lot of these lifters in these lighter weight classes might have to cut weight and travel, so it can play a lot into it. But here she comes. Her coach carries her onto the platform, and she is taking a second crack at it. Still 18 seconds left to go. She just needs to get the squat command. And there it is. And she gets it up this time round. See what the referees say. Oh, unfortunately 2-1, no lift. Just for depth there. See if we can catch that in the replay. Yeah, I think it does walk the line there, unfortunately. The coach is going to the jury. But I think he's being sent away, unfortunately. So she does have a third attempt at that still. Daria Holovko of Ukraine, also retaking. She missed 127.5 kilos on her opener and is retaking it now on her second attempt. Each lifter gets a full minute from when the bar is loaded to complete the lift. They don't need to use the full minute. We see lots of lifters. Kimberly Wolford is a great example of people who wait until the last few seconds to lift. You just need to get the start command. And that's a good lift. And she has a squat on the board. She can continue to build a total. But yeah, as long as you get the start command in squat and bench and the down command in deadlift before the minute runs out, you're still in. Veronica Ompod of the Philippines now with an absolutely mammoth second attempt, jumping 7.5 kilos from her opener to 147.5. Just a reminder, Veronica weighs 42.66 kilos. So this is over 100 kilos above her body weight, over 3 times her body weight for her second attempt. Right to that middle sticking point there. And 2-1, a good lift. Just a blue call for it there from the center referee. I'm not sure if that was for not standing up erect or for up-down movement there, but can't see any sort of discussion there. We move now to the third and final attempt, and we have Jasmine Barlow of the United States, 82.5 kilos, missed it on her second and is looking to get that now on her third.
That was it for Ampol. She is no longer trying her third attempt.
Unfortunately, just a little bit too heavy today for Jasmine, but still has a chance at the bronze medal, with Sukadieva of Ukraine yet to get a squat up on the board. We have Zuzana Snojek of Poland now, 87.5 kilos. 87.5 kilos for her third and final attempt. And that is a good lift. Strong way to finish squats there. We have 4 squats left of the final attempts of this flight, all Ukrainian lifters. But don't go anywhere, we go straight through to the second flight of lifters, which will contain the 47 kilo junior and sub-junior women. First up here, we have Kristina Ulenik of Ukraine, 117.5 kilos. This will give Kristina the squat gold for the time being, with Konikova to follow. Wow, a fantastic third attempt from Kristina there. And a good lift. She pulls into squat gold for the time being, followed by Valeria Konikova looking to take that position back from her.
Also coming from Ukraine.
Ulenik is lighter, sitting at 39.24 kilos. Valeria Konikova coming out now to reclaim squat gold with 120 kilos, as she is the heavier of the two. She gets up. Was it deep enough is the question. Unfortunately not. I think she didn't quite wait for the coach to tell her, but sometimes a lifter knows when they can't go any lower and they just chance it. She's still in the lead, but walks away with squat silver behind Ulenik. Now we have Oksana Sukadieva of Ukraine. She missed 122.5 in her opening attempt, came back, got it for her second attempt, but it wasn't quite deep enough for the referees, and is now coming to attempt it on her third and final attempt. Can she just get it a little bit deeper, convince the referees and jury that it's in, and continue to secure a total? We see her coach here carry her on, as often the knee straps can be very constricting and hard to move in. The whole crowd here is behind her. We want her to be able to continue to fight for a total. And it looks like her easiest one yet. Are they convinced about the depth, though, is the question. 2-1, a good lift. And after a dramatic start to the day, she can relax a little bit there. We now have our final squat of this first flight, but don't go anywhere. As I mentioned, we have the 47 kilo class to follow. We have Daria Holovko of Ukraine, 132.5 kilos. Wow, a perfectly executed third attempt there. And a good lift. She runs off the platform, embraces her coach, and what a way to end squats for her. Don't go anywhere, we are moving right through now to the 47 kilo junior and sub-junior, and kicking us off we have Anna Maria Obreu of Romania with 80 kilos.
The bar is loaded. Ana Maria Otero.
Nice, easy looking opener there. And a good lift.
Good lift for Ana Maria Otero. Up next is Jana Zila from Ukraine. 85 kilograms.
We now have Yana Zila of Ukraine, opening on her current personal best of 85 kilos. Just like that, 3 white lights, a nice speedy opener there for Yana.
Up next is Romanian Alexandra Zanfiescu, 87.5 kilograms on the bar.
We now have Alexandra Zamifrescu of Romania, opening on 87.5 kilos. Another junior lifter opening on their current squat best. And unfortunately, 2-1, a no lift. Just a depth call from the center and side referee there. Let's have a look again at the replay. This is the side that did get the white. So this is a flight of 8 lifters, and the difficulty with that is, even for classic, this is going to be a quick turnover. So for equipped, it's going to be even harder there for them to take off the straps in between, the wraps in between, and put them back on in time to come onto the platform, as well as feeling well rested. We have Dongli Gu of Chinese Taipei with 110 kilos. First athlete from Chinese Taipei we've seen so far. And from what I've seen, they've brought a big representation, which is fantastic to see. Wow, really excellent. Slow, slow, slow into the descent, dips into the hole really quickly, and super bouncy and speedy on the way up. Really well executed and a good lift. We now have Amruta Dineshwar Bhagat of India with 120 kilos for her opening attempt.
Bhagat, India.
And that is a good lift for Dineshwar.
Coming up next from the United States of America is Jayla Johnson. The bar is loaded, 120 kilograms.
120 kilos now for Jayla Johnson of the United States, competing for 1 year. The 17-year-old is already here at the IPF World Championships. Wow, moving that very quickly, but ooh, unfortunately, 2-1 and no lift. Just a depth call from the center and side referee there. Let's have a look here at that replay. Unfortunately, that does look borderline, which means it could go either way, in or out of favor of the lifter, and it seems this time round it's just not been in her favor. I can't see the coach contest. I think they know that maybe she needs to go a couple of inches deeper. We have Anjana Krishna of India, 127.5 kilos, the heaviest squat opener in the sub-junior women. And that is a good lift. Seen some excellent Indian representation this morning, all lifting extremely well. Jessa May Tabuan of the Philippines, our final opening attempt from this afternoon's squat session before we head through into the second attempts. Opening on 130 kilos. That was a lovely looking attempt there from Jessa May, and it is a good lift. If you're ever in doubt of how impressive this is, just take a look at the size of the lifters compared to the bar and the weights. And you can see truly how much weight they are shifting in comparison to their body weight. We move straight through now to the second attempts, this second flight of women. Starting off with Alexandra Zamiferescu of Romania, 87.5 kilos, just missing it on her opening attempt, hoping to be able to get it up on the board for a second to continue to build a total. For those of you at home, you must have at least one good lift from each of the disciplines to be able to build a total and put one up. And again, super speedy, but strength wasn't the issue last time. Has she convinced them? Yes, she has. 3 white lights, a good lift. And she can continue to grow and build that total. Anna Maria Opreu of Romania, 87.5 kilos. This is a 7.5 kilo jump from her opener. And that was a nice looking second attempt there. And 2-1, a good lift. Just a depth call there from the center referee, but again, with really narrow stance or a really wide stance, both are quite hard to tell from the center with depth. And from the side there, you can see it looks a little bit deeper than it did from the front. We have Yana Zila of Ukraine now, jumping 10 kilos to 95 kilos for her second attempt. at the age of 16, has already been competing for 3 years.
Yana Zila from Ukraine.
And that's a good lift. I think we'd expect to see maybe a 5 to 7.5 kilo jump from her there to her third. Jayla Johnson of the United States now, retaking 120 kilos. She missed it on her opener. I think she just needs to be a little bit more convincing of depth here. Here you can see the coach, and often they are the ones to shout out when they have reached depth. And wow, it's still moving so excellently well. Was that more convincing? Yes, it was. And she has a squat on the board and clearly has so much left in the tank. Can maybe take a little bit of a bigger jump now. Dong Ali Gu of Chinese Taipei, 120 kilos. This is a 10 kilo opener from 10 kilo jump from her opener.
This is Gu Dongli from Chinese Taipei. 120.
Just like her opener, super controlled on the way down, dips into the hole and stands it up nice and quick. 2-to-1, a good lift, just a depth call from one of the side referees there. It's so hard to tell sometimes because she dips in so quickly, and it is good depth, but sometimes it's in a split second and the referees need to make that call, but it is a good lift and plenty deep. We now have Amruta Dineshwar Bhagat of India, 127.5 kilos for her second attempt. Really nice there. Again, another lifter, super controlled on the way down, dips into the hole and stands up nice and quick. 3 white lights.
Anyana Krishna from India. Trying 135 kilograms.
Followed now by her teammate. We have Anjana Krishna of India, who has jumped to 135 kilos for her second attempt.
Krishna from India, 135 kilograms.
Not only leading in squats, but based on her deadlift opener, is the heaviest deadlifter of the lot. Now the question is, was that deep enough? 2-to-1, a good lift. I think the angle I got there, yeah, that looks plenty deep enough from where I am. I was just a little worried with the angle that we got here, but the referees are sat in a much better position than I am, which is why they're there and I am here. We have Jessamay Tabuan of the Philippines now, jumping 10 kilos to 140 kilos for her second attempt. We will then move straight into the third attempt. Followed with that, we have a 10-minute break before heading to bench. And that is a good lift, looking so strong today.
Coming down next is Amalia weighing 92.5 kilograms.
Looking on really good form today. And that moves us straight into our third and final attempt for squats. And here you can see a quick prognosis heading into that. Ana Maria Obreu of Romania, 92.5 kilos for her third and final attempt. The 16-year-old has been competing only 1 year, and this will be a 2.5 kilo PB for her. And unfortunately, it's not quite deep enough today. But it seems like the strength is there, and it's something she's going to come back and get next time.
After succeeding 87.5 at her previous attempt, her personal record is 87.5.
Alexandra Zamporescu of Romania now, 95 kilos. She matched her personal best on her second attempt with 87.5 after missing it on her opener. Has now jumped to 95 kilos for her third and final attempt. Fights it up there. And 2 to 1, unfortunately, is a no lift. Just not quite deep enough today, unfortunately, says the side and center referee.
She managed to lift 95 at her previous attempt.
Yana Zila of Ukraine now, 100 kilos for her third and final attempt. This will be a 5 kilo comp PB and a huge milestone for a lot of lifters to get over that 3-digit mark. This, of course, will be over double body weight. Really lovely looking third and a good lift. A really strong end to squats for Yana. We have 4 lifters left to squat before heading into a 10-minute break before bench press. We have Dongli Gu of Chinese Taipei now, 125 kilos for her third and final attempt. It's going to be a battle between her and Johnson of the United States for silver place overall. That style of squatting that she's done so well throughout. She maintains really well on her third. And 2-1, a good lift.
From Chinese Taipei. Up next is Jara Johnson from the United
Slow,
States.
slow, slow down, dips in,
130
stands up.
kilograms.
Yeah, really, really nicely executed there by Gu. Jayla Johnson of the United States now. Missed 120 on her opener for depth, came back and got it on her second. It was super speedy. As predicted, she's made a relatively big jump to 130 kilos, and this will pull her into silver position for squats. And I tell you what, strength is not an issue for Jayla. Unfortunately, it seems like depth is again. 2-1, no lift. Let's have a look again at the replay here.
Amruta from India, trying 132.5 kilograms.
It definitely walks the line there. But unfortunately, the jury don't seem to agree, and they have to be unanimous to turn something over. So stays in bronze for squats. We have Amruta Dinaneshwar Bhagat of India, 132.5 kilos. A really strong squatter here. Wow, what a fight up there. And unfortunately, 2 reds and a blue with no white there. It can't be contested, it can't be turned over. She gets the blue for a slight downwards movement, I believe, and red for depth. We now have our final squat of this afternoon's session. We have Anjana Krishna of India with 140 kilos. With her opener, she got herself squat gold and has only grown from there. Ooh, unfortunately, just pinged forwards there.
No lift.
Hopefully she is all right, but that is a no lift.
Thank you to the spotters.
But walks away with squat gold anyway, and hopefully walks into bench
And then with the red.
with no injuries from that. I think she's okay by the looks of it. But nonetheless, we can see heading into bench right here what the standings are. If you can look up on the screen right now. We will head into a 10-minute break now and then see you at bench press. After that, we will still have the 2 flights of women. So don't go anywhere, we will see you there.
The bench press is the second movement performed in a powerlifting competition. It's a movement that mainly uses upper body strength. A slight back arch is authorized and allows for a stronger and healthier shoulder positioning. Laying down on the bench, the athlete has to create points of contact between his head, shoulder, glutes and the bench. His feet has to lay flat on the ground with the heels in the contact with the floor. Once that position is locked, the central referee gives the start command. The lifter lowers the bar until it touches his chest. The lower underside of both of his elbow joints have to be at level or below the top surface of each shoulder joint. He then has to stabilize the bar for the referee to give him the press command. The lifter has to push the bar back up until the complete extension of his elbows. The central referee gives the rack command and the lift is completed.
There are 4 main reasons to have a no lift on that movement. First, if you're not able to fully extend your elbows at the beginning and at the end of the movement. Second, if you don't touch the chest with the bar, or if your elbows don't go at level or below the top of your shoulder joint. Third, if you're not able to maintain all points of contact with the bench, knowing the head, the shoulders, and the butt. Fourth, if the lift isn't completed in a single upward movement.
Hello and welcome back to the 2023 IPF World Classic and Equipped Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships here in Cluj-Napoca, Romania. I'm Amelia Potter and we are heading into bench press now. Just a reminder, we have 2 flights of women. First up we have the 43 kilo junior and sub-junior women, and followed straight after we will have the 47 kilo junior and sub-junior women. Kicking us off we have Oksana Sukadieva of Ukraine with 40 kilos. Oksana has been competing for 5 years, so since she was a sub-junior. So as you can see here, Oksana is wearing a normal t-shirt, not a bench shirt. So what that means is she's opening unequipped without her equipped gear on, being her bench shirt. And you'll often see this in equipped bench, where they'll open classic so they can get a bench on the board, make a slightly bigger jump to their second, and put on their bench shirt then. You have Zuzanna Snowczek of Poland with 40 kilos. So you can see here Zuzanna is wearing a bench shirt. And that is a good lift. Interestingly enough, Zuzanna was only wearing 1 wrist wrap, which is very rare to see. You see people with both wrist wraps on or none at all, but very rarely with only 1. We now have Jasmine Barlow of the United States, opening with 45 kilos, 5 kilos below her current best. Nice speedy opener there. And 3 white lights, a good lift. A difficulty you'll often see in equipped bench is actually, unlike classic, getting the bar down to the chest can be a bit more of a struggle. Whereas in classic, a lot of the time that's the easiest part. we now have Kristina Ulinik of Ukraine opening on 47.5 kilos. Now, all these ladies are opening above body weight, and I think it's important to remind you how light these women are, so how much this weight actually is as a percentage of their body weight. It's incredibly impressive. Slow down towards the top there, but looked really strong. And a good lift. We now have Valeria Konikova of Ukraine opening on 55 kilos, 2.5 kilos above her current best. A really fantastic representation of the Ukrainian team in this flight, with over half of them being Ukrainian, 4 out of 7. That, of course, is 2 in the junior and 2 in the sub-junior. And that is a good lift.
The bar is loading Veronica Ompod.
Veronica Ompod of the Philippines now, if you remember, had a mammoth squat of 147.5 kilos, opening with 60 kilos. On projected totals, she has a pretty hefty lead, with a big deadlift on her as well. Really smooth opener there from Veronica. And a good lift. We have just one lifter left to take the opening attempt. Just as a reminder, there are 2 flights of women here this afternoon. So we have these 7 who will take their first, second and third bench, and then we'll go through to the second flight of lifters who will do the same before heading into deadlifts. Daria Holovko of Ukraine, 65 kilos on the bar for her opening attempt. This is her last year as a junior. That is a good lift. We move straight through now to the second attempts for the 43 kilo women. First up we have Zuzana Snowczek of Poland, 45 kilos, flying above body weight by 2 kilos. Susanna actually weighed in at 43 kilos on the dot, so I imagine had to cut somewhat into the competition. Yeah, if you remember from last time, Susanna has only 1 wrist strap on. I'd be interested to find out what the reason for that is. Just clips the rack slightly there, but manages to continue moving it up. And it is a good lift. Sometimes clipping the rack can cause unwanted downwards movement, which is hard to avoid, but she does a really good job there of making sure the bar does not go down.
The bar is loaded.
50 kilos now for Jasmine Barlow of the United States.
Same thing, let them know. Good. Squeeze butt, squeeze bar. Patience, tight, tighter. Back, back.
And that is a good lift.
United States of America. Up next is Kristina Uljanic from Ukraine, trying 52.5 kilograms. Bar is loaded.
We have Kristina Ulenik of Ukraine now, 52.5 kilos. The three women competing in the sub-junior 43 kilo class are pretty cemented in their places at the moment with, you know, at least 20 kilos between them. So to continue building her total, Kristina adds 5 kilos to the bar. Ooh, just struggling there. Good catch from the spotters and loaders. Just started tipping there back towards her face. I think we'll be able to see in the replay what exactly unfolded. She gets the press command here. And that right wrist just starts tipping back. I'm hoping it's not based off of a strength issue there, and it's something that she can fix up for her third attempt. But nonetheless, she has a bench on the board and is safe to move to deadlifts, as does everybody else in this flight. 57.5 kilos now for Valeria Konikova of Ukraine. Was fighting it up. Wow, makes really good work of that. After a big fight, 3 white lights. From that angle at least, it looked like she touched really high on her chest. But she made it work. And if that was the case, and it was a technical issue, hopefully she can add some more kilos, fix it up, and get that third in as well. 65 kilos now for Veronica Ompod of the Philippines. It'll be pretty close fight for bench medals here in the junior 43s. Yeah, really nice looking second attempt there for Veronica. Probably up another 2.5 to 5 kilos on her third.
Next from Ukraine is Daria Holovko, trying 67.5 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
Daria Holovko of Ukraine now, 67.5 kilos to move her into bench press gold for the time being. Ooh, just a little bit more of a fight on the left side there than the right. He just struggles to lock both arms out.
Up next, Oksana Sukadieva from Ukraine is trying
Let's have a look here.
72.5 kilograms.
Yeah, that right arm locks out and that left arm is really struggling to follow, which causes the right arm to unlock and relock, proving it really difficult to complete the lift. We now have Oksana Sukadieva of Ukraine, and you can see a 32.5 kilo jump because that is what she has done. If you remember, she opened raw without a bench shirt on. She's gone back now and put a bench shirt on, and as predicted, she's made a big jump to her second, which is a really sensible choice.
Аккуратно, лікті вниз. Спиною зустріла. Лікті вниз, тримай. Підтягуй, тримай.
And 3 white lights, it was an excellent choice for Oksana. You can see here, she sets up really far down the bench actually, with a good 6 or 7 inches between her and the top of the bench.
Trying 47.5 kilograms. The bar.
We move through now to the third attempt of bench for the 43 kilo women, but don't go anywhere because we have the 47 kilo women to bench following immediately afterwards. Zuzanna Snowjack of Poland, 47.5 kilos. Zuzanna is only 15 years old. She is fighting, unfortunately just tripped on the last hurdle there, but still walks away with 45 kilos. She doesn't lose too much on her total overall.
Up next is Yasmin Palmer from USA. Trying 52.5 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
52.5 kilos for Jasmine Barlow of the United States.
Good setup.
There's a really interesting foot position there.
Squeeze bar. Patient, tight, tighter. Back, back, back.
Does a really good job of keeping that on the way up as it started to rock a little bit. A really great job from Jasmine there.
Coming up next is Kristina Uliani from Ukraine. Trying
And it's a
55
good
kilograms.
lift. Kristina Ulianik of Ukraine missed 52.5 kilos on her second attempt. Has added 2.5 kilos here for her third. Sometimes a little more weight is needed to be able to help get that bar down to the chest with equipped lifting. So let's see how 55 kilos moves for Kristina. Just a little bit too heavy today, unfortunately, but getting a new plate is a great milestone. So I think that's probably what she was chasing there, getting those yellow plates on the bar, but just not quite there today for her.
The bar is loaded.
Valeria Konikova of Ukraine, now 60 kilos for her third and final attempt. This will be a 2.5 kilo comp PB for her. Ooh. Yeah, I was wondering if these spotters took it too early, but I think there was some downwards movement here. You can see here in the replay, presses it up, it dips there, and she continues to push, but yeah, once it's gone down, the head referee can tell the spotters and loaders to take the bar, as it's a no lift already. And it's safer for the lifters. Daria Holotko of Ukraine, 67.5 kilos. Missed this on her second attempt. Hoping to get it now on her third. Two to one, a good lift. Just a yellow call from the center referee there. So I'm trying to see what was for there. I'm not sure, maybe if the center referee thought she skipped the command, but the jury and the other referees seem happy, so she gets the lift. Veronica Ompod of the Philippines, 70 kilos for her third and final attempt. Veronica's having an absolutely fantastic day so far. Really well called third attempt there, and 2 to 1, a good lift. It's a yellow call from one of the side referees there. Can't see any infractions there, and the jury seem to agree. So it remains a good lift. Oksana Sukadieva, Ukraine, 80 kilos on the bar. First lifter today to get those red plates on the bar. Let's see if she can get the lift and finish the bench off strong. She's already got the gold in bench. Let's see if she can push her total 7.5 more kilos. Gosh, just hit the rack under there, and I think the bar just slightly skimmed her head there, hoping she's okay. I think she's okay. We head now into the next flight of women. Kicking us off, we have Yana Zila of Ukraine, opening on 30 kilos, which is her current personal best bench press. So a strong start to the day. Yana has been competing since she was 13 years old. So already at 16, a veteran of the sport. Really strong opener there. Another lifter, as I mentioned before, opening without a bench shirt on, probably lighter, getting a bench in, and then putting her shirt on and making that jump to a second with a larger jump.
The bar is loaded for Anna Maria Prabhu.
Anna Maria Opreu of Romania now, opening on 40 kilos. Sometimes before the bench press, you'll see the athletes speaking to the spotters and loaders. They're telling them how they want their handout. And the athlete has the choice whether they get a handout or not. So if you're wondering why some did and some did not, that would be why. Lovely, easy opener from Anna Maria there.
Coming up next is Alexandra Zambiles from Romania, trying 42.5 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
Alexander Zamfirescu of Romania now, 42.5 kilos. Lovely, easy opener there for Alexandra.
We have a good lift for Alexandra Zambiles.
And that is a good lift.
Coming up next is Anna.
Hopefully the only thing you hear from me for the next few minutes is, and that was a good lift, because openers should be nice, easy, get them on the board, and that's what we are looking for here.
The bar is loaded.
We have Amruta Dineshwar Bhagat of India, 55 kilos for her opening attempt. Really smooth opener there for Amruta.
Good lift. Coming up next is Jayla Johnson from the United States of America, trying 57.5 kilograms.
Really tidy
The bar is
form there.
loaded.
Jayla Johnson of the United States now, 57.5 kilos, opening over 10 kilos above body weight and just 2.5 kilos below her current best. You can see a lot of these lifters wearing a belt in equipped that is often used to help keep the bench shirt down. And that is a good lift, a really nice opener there
Coming up next is
for Johnson.
Krishna from India.
And she's not so far behind Gu, just 7.5 kilos as it stands on projected total. So could fight her for that silver position when we get to deadlifts. We have Anjana Krishna of India now, 60 kilos for her opening attempt. This is well above body weight. Tiny bit sticky there in the middle, but manages to move it up well, and it is a good lift.
Up next is Deadlift from Chinese Taipei, trying 65 kilograms.
Yeah, just a slight sticking point there in the middle, but pushes through.
The bar is loaded.
Donglei Gu, Chinese Taipei, 65 kilos for her opening attempt, 2.5 kilos above her current best. been competing since she was 14 years old.
Stop. Rest. Right.
And that is a good lift.
Good lift. Up next
The
is
Dongle.
Jessamay Tabuan from Filipinas, weighing 70 kilograms.
Wow, look at that elbow depth.
The bar is loaded.
A phrase last year I didn't even know existed. Jessamay Tabuan of the Philippines now. 70 kilos for our opening attempt, and we will move straight through afterwards to second attempts.
Stop. Rest. Right.
Wow, really easy opener there, Jessamay. And 2-to-1, a good lift. Just a yellow from the center referee there. I think they were indicating there was some sort of lift, but from that front view it seems absolutely fine. We move straight through to second attempts now. Kicking us off, we have Yana Zila of Ukraine, 35 kilos. This will be a 5 kilo comp PB for Yana should she get this.
Stop. Rest.
Unfortunately, seems just a little bit too heavy. She's still wearing her normal t-shirt actually, so she actually hasn't put on an equipped bench shirt.
Weighing 45 kilograms.
The difference, of course, being the material of the bench shirt is thicker, it's usually tighter, and it helps the lifter get that bench press off of the chest. It does, of course, make it a little bit more difficult to get it to the chest, however. Ana Maria Breu of Romania, 45 kilos.
Stop. Rest.
Ooh, unfortunately, it just tipped a little bit forwards there.
No lift for Ana Maria.
I think it started tipping back and she tried to compensate by pushing it forwards, and then it unfortunately just went a little bit too far forwards. You can see here, tips back, wants to push it forwards, but then unfortunately tips too far forwards and is taken by the spotters. Alexander Zamvarescu of Romania, 47.5 kilos.
Stop. Rest. Right.
Similar issue as the lifter before, but manages to fight through it. Ooh, but unfortunately, 2-to-1 no lift. Just gets a blue call from either side there, which I imagine would be for downwards movement. Just there, unfortunately, yeah. So the bar, it can stop, it can slow down, but it can't move downwards. It has to be continuously moving up. We have Amruta Dineshwar Bhagat of India, 62.5 kilos. Locks one arm out at a time, but manages to do so. And 3 white lights, a good lift.
Coming
Ramruta.
up next is Jayla Johnson, trying 62.5 kilograms. She comes from the United States of America. The bar is moving.
Jayla Johnson of the United States now, 62.5 kilos. So we'll move her into bench press silver for the time being. With Krishna to follow, who is lighter. Unfortunately, can't seem to move it off of her chest there. She seems to be pointing towards her shoulder, so I'm hoping she's not in any sort of pain. And maybe it's a technical issue, but perhaps she just couldn't quite find the position. But you can see there she seems to grab her shoulder a little bit. Anjana Krishna now of India, 62.5 kilos. Little bit of a fight. Ooh, unfortunately, yeah, just gets called for downwards movement there. See here in the replay, it's a really good fight, but unfortunately just there, the bar dips down, which means that there's still a chance for Johnson to grab that silver medal in bench. Donglei Gu now, Chinese Taipei, 70 kilos for her second attempt. A 5 kilo jump from her opener. And a 5 kilo comp PB should she get this. Ooh, unfortunately, it dipped down there, and it was already a no lift from that point, but she lost tension afterwards, and the spotters and loaders didn't take it. So unfortunately, you can see here, she presses it up. There's a pretty big dip there on her right side. So hopefully she didn't waste too much energy on that, as she has another shot on a third attempt at it. We have our final second attempt now. Jessa May Tabuan of the Philippines, taking 75 kilos, which gives her a red plate on each side. A big milestone for a lot of lifters. Wow, that was super speedy. And it's a good lift. Seems like she's got a lot left in the tank heading into third attempts there. And she's got a pretty significant lead over the other two 47 kilo juniors. But it seems like she's chosen not to take a third attempt at all. Saving energy for deadlifts, perhaps. Yana Zila of Ukraine now, 35 kilos. Missed it on her second attempt and is hoping now to get it and build that total. That extra 5 kilos. Unfortunately, it's not quite there today for her. But she has a bench up on the board, which means she can keep competing and push her deadlifts.
The bar is
We
loaded.
now have Anna Maria Breu of Romania. Missed 45 kilos in her second attempt and is hoping to come out on her third and get it.
Stop. Yes. Right.
That looked a lot better from here. See the referees agree? And they do. As a good lift. And she looks very relieved with that as her coach carries her off.
Coming up next is Alexandra
Being carried off in equipped isn't always a sign of joy, it is just a sign of ease for the lifters. Sometimes the equipped gear is very difficult to move in. Alexandra Zamfarescu of Romania, retaking 47.5 kilos, just missing out on her second, and another lifter hoping to get it now on her third and final attempt.
Stop. Yes.
Ooh, really fighting through there, but unfortunately it's just a little bit too heavy. Put in really good effort there though, but unfortunately not quite there today. The good news is every single one of our lifters has got a bench on the board, which means that they can post a total heading into deadlifts. And once they've secured just one deadlift, they can post a total. We now have Jayla Johnson of the United States retaking 62.5 kilos after missing it on her second. I'm not sure if her shoulder had an issue or what it was, but she's looked very strong otherwise. So let's see if she can get it now on her third attempt.
Press.
Ooh, good catch there from the spotters and loaders, but unfortunately not quite there today. She was held quite a long time on her chest, but the rule is the bar needs to be stationary and motionless on the chest before you can get the press command. Unfortunately, I think it was just moving around a little bit there. But as I said, she still walks away with 57.5 kilos and is safe to move into deadlifts. We just have 3 lifters left to go of bench press. First up we have Anjana Krishna of India, retaking 62.5 kilos. She has already got bench press silver. This will just push her total up a couple extra kilos. And that looked better this time. Let's see what the referees say. That is a good lift. And Jana's having a really fantastic day today.
65 kilograms. The bar is
Amrita Dineshwar Bhagat of India, 65 kilos for her third and final attempt. Just a little bit too much today, unfortunately, for Amrita.
no lift.
But still walks away with bench press silver. And our final bench of this afternoon session before heading into a 10-minute break before deadlifts. We have Donglei Gu of Chinese Taipei, retaking 70 kilos, just missed it on her second, and hoping to get it now on her third. She's already secured bench gold. Wow. That was an excellent third attempt, and it didn't look like it went down this time. And 3 white lights, a good lift, and a really, really strong end to the bench press.
And we'll be right back with Deadlift.
As you can see here, we have Valeria Konikova of Ukraine in bench press gold, followed by Ulyanik of Ukraine in silver, and Znojek of Poland in bronze. We then have Dongle Gu of the 47 kilo sub-juniors in gold, Krishna in silver, and Johnson of the United States in bronze. In the junior 43 kilo class, we have Sukadevia of Ukraine in gold, Ompod of Philippines in silver, and Holovko of Ukraine in bronze. And then in the 47 kilo junior class, we have Tabuan of Philippines in gold and Dineshwar Bhagat of India in silver. We now go into a 10-minute break before we go into deadlifts. Don't get anywhere. We will see you then.
The deadlift is the last movement of the powerlifting competition. On that movement, the lifter's whole body is used and put to the test. The athlete approaches the bar once the central referee calls bar loaded. He then has 1 minute
To start the lift.
In the conventional or sumo position, the athlete has to pull the barbell until his shoulders, hips, and knees are fully locked. Once that position is assumed by the lifter, the central referee will give the down command. The bar has to be lowered to the ground without the lifter being allowed to drop it until it touches the floor, which completes the lift. At the end of deadlift, the powerlifting total is made, which determines the winner and final placings. There are 4 main mistakes to avoid. First, not locking your shoulders, hips, or knees at the end of the movement. Second, not completing the lift with a single upward bar movement. Third, completing the lift hitching at the legs in order to allow you to do so. Fourth, dropping the bar after the central referee down command.
Hello and welcome back to the 2023 IPF World Classic and Equipped Sub-Junior and Junior Powerlifting Championships in Cluj-Napoca, Romania. I am Amelia Potter and we are heading now into deadlifts for the 43 kilo and 47 kilo Sub-Junior and Junior women. Our first flight will be a flight of 7, including the 43 kilo Junior and Sub-Junior women, followed by the 47 kilo Junior and Sub-Junior. That was Zuzana Snocek of Poland with 75 kilos.
Coming up next is Yasmin Barlow from United States of America. Trying 77.5 kilograms, the bar is loaded.
There you go, Jasmine.
Jasmine Barlow of the United States now, 77.5 kilos for her opening attempt.
Tension. Tight. Squeeze. Patience. And lock.
Struggling a little bit with the lockout there, but manages to pull it through. And that's a good lift. As the video said before, to complete the deadlift, you need to lock out your knees, hips, and shoulders.
The bar is loaded. Oksana Sukhodieva.
Oksana Sukhodieva of Ukraine, opening on 80 kilos.
Good lift for Oksana.
And that is a good lift.
Is Kristina Ulianik from Ukraine, trying 85 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
Kristina Ulianik of Ukraine now, 85 kilos. Nice, easy looking opener there. And that is a good lift. Now you'll see 2 typical stances in the deadlift. This here you can see is a sumo stance where it is wider apart, the legs and the feet. Then there is a conventional stance where your feet are closer together and your hands are on the outside of your legs, opposed to sumo where they are on the inside. Daria Polovko of Ukraine, 117.5 kilos.
Good lift for
And
Daria
that is a good
Kotkova.
lift.
Coming up next, Valeria Kotkova.
She hopped a little bit at the end, so I'm not sure if she dropped that on her toe.
The bar is loading Valeria Kotkova.
I think I clipped the end bit there, but I think she's all right. We now have Valeria Konikova of Ukraine, 120 kilos. So the kit they're wearing now will be a deadlift suit, along with a belt. Of course, a belt can be used in classic and equipped. And that is a good lift.
Coming up next is Veronica Ompot, trying 132.5 kilograms.
We have Veronica Ompod of Philippines opening on 142.5 kilos. Our biggest deadlift opener of not only this flight, but the second biggest deadlift opener of both flights. Veronica having a very impressive day so far with a 147.5 kilo squat, a 70 kilo bench, now opening on 142.5 kilos at the body weight of 42.66. And that is a good lift for Veronica. And that was over 3 times body weight for her opening attempt. And it moved so very quickly. We moved straight through to second attempts. And this flight is moving so quickly, which we know will be taxing for the lifters. So that is another variable to count for here. Jasmine Barlow of the United States, 80 kilos for her second attempt, a 2.5 kilo jump, but nearing that double body weight mark as she weighed in at 40.88 kilos.
Yep, squeeze, patience, squeeze your butt, keep going.
Just struggling there at lockout, unfortunately. There's a no lift. You do find that with sumo, it tends to be pretty quick off the floor if you're patient with it, and a little sticky at lockout, whereas conventional usually sits the other way around. Pretty slow off the floor, and a little stickier. A little quicker at lockout, sorry. Oksana Sukhodieva of Ukraine, jumping 5 kilos to 85 for her second attempt. Still moving nice and quickly there for Oksana.
We have good lift for
And that is a good lift.
Coming up next is Zuzana Znoje from Poland, trying 85 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
We have Zuzana Znojek of Poland, jumping 10 kilos to 85 for her second attempt. Nice and steady there, and a good lift.
For Zuzana Znoje. Up next comes Kristina Uljanic from Ukraine, trying 95 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
We now have Kristina Ulenik of Ukraine, 95 kilos for her second attempt. Every single one of these lifters got their opening attempt in, which means they've all been able to post a total. So now it's a case of building that total. And that is a good lift for Christina.
Following Valeria Kovichova, trying for 127.5 kilograms.
Valeria Konikova now of Ukraine, jumping 7.5 kilos to 127.5. Wow, really patient. Unfortunately, couldn't quite get it past her knees there. It seemed like it was a bit too heavy, but she does have her third attempt to come out and try that again.
The bar is loaded.
130 kilos now for Daria Holovka of Ukraine. This is a 12.5 kilo jump from her opener. Unfortunately, can't quite break the ground there.
No lift for Veronica.
I think just a little bit too heavy today. Unfortunately, she does have a third go at it, but the one thing you can't find in the warm-up room is any more strength. Veronica Ompod of the Philippines, 150 kilos for her second attempt. As a 43 kilo lifter of any age group, this is incredible. If she gets this, she's just then 15 kilos below the world junior equipped record. Wonderfully patient with that off of the floor. And that is a good lift. So he manages to be patient off the floor, super snappy at that lockout, as sumo usually is.
The bar is loaded. Yasmin Barlow.
Jasmine Barlow of the United States now, retaking 80 kilos for her third and final attempt. There are two lifters not taking a third attempt, which will speed up the flight. And we'll move straight through to the 47 kilo women afterwards.
Hips and butt, squeeze, squeeze, lock it out.
Just struggling there with lockout again. So close, wow. What an incredible fight at the end there. Ooh, unfortunately, gets blues there. I imagine it would be for hitching. And that is using the legs to assist you, to assist the bar up, scooping the knees underneath. And unfortunately, that can't be contested. There needs to be one white light for the jury to consider overturning it. We have Zuzanna Snowczek of Poland now, 92.5 kilos. This will keep her in the bronze position. She locks it out. And three white lights, a good lift.
Coming up next, Valeria Kovichova, trying for 127.5. She failed the same value of her second attempt. She goes again. And the bar
We now have Valeria Konikova of Ukraine, already walking away your sub-junior 43 kilo champion, and with deadlift gold, as well as bench gold. But she wants this 127.5 that she missed on her second attempt. Can she get it now on her third, finish the day off? Unfortunately, not there today for Valeria. But she still walks away with 43 kilo champion. So hopefully she's not too disappointed with that. We have our penultimate 43 kilo lifter before heading into the final lift, and then the 47 kilo women. We have Daria Holovko of Ukraine retaking 130 kilos. She missed it on her second, and it seemed like a strength issue, but let's hope it was not. 130 kilos for her last time for Daria Holovka. Now I'll be super impressed if she manages this. I have seen stranger things happen. But unfortunately not today. Really great effort from Daria to come back out and give it another go. It's just a little bit too much for her, that 12.5 kilo jump. Now, this will be a really, really exciting way to end the 43 kilo junior women. We have Veronica Opod of the Philippines. And she is attempting a world junior deadlift record on her third and final attempt with 165 kilos.
The ball is ready. Veronica Opol going for the record.
Unfortunately, does not break the ground and is not there for her today, but she already has the win. It was worth the jump and the effort. It says the current deadlift record is 165 kilos, so I'm not sure if that is an error. So 165 kilos was the standard that's never been beaten, so she would have been the first one to beat that. Unfortunately, not today, but it seems like next time it might be, based off her 150. We move straight through now to the second flight of lifters, which will be the 47 kilo sub-junior and junior women. Starting us off, we have Ana Maria Opriu of Romania with 77.5 kilos. Nice, strong opening attempt there. And one of the few conventional lifters we've seen so far in this session.
Going for 80 kilograms. The bar is loaded.
Yana Zila of Ukraine now, 80 kilos. And that is a good lift.
Coming up next, Alexandra Zampiescu from Romania. She's going for 92.5 kilograms.
Alexandra Zamfarescu of Romania, 92.5 kilos for her opening attempt. If she gets this, she secures the bronze position for herself with her opening attempt. And there it is. A lovely looking opening attempt and a good lift. She secures herself a total. And it's important to remember with every good lift on these opening attempts, that lifter has secured themselves a total and can sigh a big breath of relief, knowing they can just push themselves now. We have Donglei Gu of Chinese Taipei now, 112.5 kilos. Lovely speedy opener there. Gu is currently sat in second place in the sub-junior 47 kilo women. Jayla Johnson of the United States now, 115 kilos. This will move her from 5th to 2nd for the time being, but a lot will unfold during the 2nd and 3rd deadlifts. Really fast there, 3 white lights. And it's a good lift. She still looks a little bit disappointed, but she is lifting so extremely well today. We have Amruta Dineshwar Bhagat of India, 120 kilos. Ooh, unfortunately just loses balance there at the top. And it's a no lift. Strength seemed absolutely fine there. Just had a little bit of a wobble, so hopefully she can come back out on her second and get that, as she's pretty comfortably in silver as it stands, should she be able to get a lift in. Following, we have her teammate, Anjana Krishna, opening on 127.5 kilos. Currently sitting in first in the 47 kilo sub-junior women, with Gu on her tail, followed by Johnson. And then there's a good lift for Krishna.
Coming up next is Jessa Maita from Philippines, trying for 150 kilograms.
We now have our heaviest deadlift opener of this afternoon's session. Jessa May Tabuan of the Philippines, opening on 150 kilos. She has also had a fantastic day, getting a squat of 140, a bench of 75 kilos, now opening on 150 on her deadlifts. Ooh, just loses balance at the top there, unfortunately. So no lift for now, but she seems to have the strength there. Let's just see that in the replay. Her hips are really open there, and what that can sometimes do is mean her feet are out, her hips are out, and she just loses balance as she locks out there. And so hopefully she can come back and get that on her second, that over 3 times body weight deadlift That looked so good until the top then. But that moves us straight through to our second attempt, as we can see the board heading into that here. With 2 lifters yet to get an opening attempt, but with 2 attempts left to go. Ana Maria Obreu of Romania, 82.5 kilos.
And it's a good lift for Ana Maria Obreu. Yana Zila is going up next from Ukraine, trying for 90 kilograms. The bar is loading for
90 kilos now for Yana Zila of Ukraine. 10 kilo jump from her opener, and 7.5 kilos more than her current deadlift PB. Nice strong lockout there, very convincing, and it's a good lift.
Coming up next is Alexandra Zanfrescu going for 100 kilograms. She's coming from Romania.
Alexandra Zanfrescu of Romania now, with 100 kilos for her second attempt. And that is a good lift.
She has failed 120 at her first attempt. But here she goes again.
Now we have Amruta Dineshwar Bhagat of India. Just missed 120 on her opener. Had a bit of a balance and lockout issue, but the strength didn't seem like too much of an issue. So hopefully she can come out now, get this and secure that total. That is much better. She puts it down beautifully softly. And it's a good lift. She secured herself a total, as well as a deadlift. And now can maybe make a slightly bigger jump to her third should she want to. Now that she has secured a total and sits pretty comfortably in second, too far to get to first. She has that opportunity. Donglei Gu now, Chinese Taipei, jumping 10 kilos to 122.5. Do you think that shout is loud on the live stream? It is bellowing here. There's a pair of lungs on her. And an excellent deadlift at that. That's a good lift.
Next is Jayla Johnson from the United States, going for 130 kilograms.
Jayla Johnson of the United States, jumping 15 kilos to 130 for her second attempt.
The bar is loading Jayla Johnson.
This is a really big jump, especially for women of this weight class. This is a huge percentage of their body weight, 15 kilos, to jump that. And wow, to make it look like that as well. And 3 white lights, a good lift. And an incredible poker face from Jayla. Cool, calm, and collected. Our penultimate second attempt now, we have Anjana Krishna of India, jumping to 135 kilos for her second attempt. This will put her 5 kilos ahead of Johnson, who's currently sat in silver. And that is a good lift. So that podium is looking tighter and tighter as we go into the third attempt. And Johnson's put in 150, which I imagine is a placeholder to see if she can pull for that position when it comes to it.
She failed the first attempt.
We now have Jessamay Tabuan of the Philippines, who's had a really strong day so far. Missed 150 just on a balance issue at the top, but it got up there so fast. So hopefully she can just secure that lockout a little bit better. This is over 3 times body weight. Locks it out and manages to stay standing this time. And it is a good lift. She's secured the deadlift, she's secured the total. And I'm pretty certain with that, she is quite uncatchable. We move straight through to the third and final attempt of these 47 kilo women. The bar will be brushed down in between each attempt to give each lifter the best opportunity they can to get the lift. You don't want to get your chalk and your talc mixed up. Kicking us off, we have Ana Maria Opriu of Romania with 90 kilos.
Ana Maria Opriu.
The clock is ticking down. Perhaps she's not coming out, but she's doing the sportsmanship-like thing to do, which is to let the clock run out to give her competitors a little bit more time to rest. So in the time that we have, I'd like to thank our sponsors, Eleiko and SBD. Without them, none of this would be possible, as they support the sport so much. You can see the beautiful Eleiko plates there, the bar, the rack, and throughout the competition, I'm sure you will see many SBD singlets, knee sleeves, wrist wraps, the lot. So we load the bar now for our next lifter to 95 kilos. The bar has not been touched, so it doesn't need to be brushed down. This will be a 5 kilo PB for Yana, as well as a 5 kilo total PB. So we have Yana Zila of Ukraine, 95 kilos for her third and final attempt. And then as a good lift, she ends the day 4th at the World Championships, something to be very proud of.
Coming up next, for 110 kilograms is Alexandra Zafirescu from Romania. The bar is loaded.
Alexandra Zamfirescu of Romania, 110 kilos. She's already secured the bronze place in deadlift and overall, but finished the day off strong on a 5 kilo deadlift PB. Struggling with the lockout there. She manages to lock it out. Are the referees happy with that? Unfortunately, 2-1, a no lift, I think, for supporting of the legs there.
Up next comes Amrita Bhagat from India.
I think, yeah, her knees kind of unlock and lock, and she pulls it up her thighs, unfortunately.
At 120, then managed to succeed at 120 on her second attempt.
We now have Amruta Dineshwar Bhagat of India, Missed 120 on her opening attempt because of a balance issue. Smoked it on her second and has jumped 5 kilos now to 125 for her third and final attempt.
And good lift.
And that is a good lift.
Coming up next is Dong Li Gu from Chinese Taipei.
Seems she has a lot left in the tank, but she secured her place. No need to push it too much.
Dong Li Gu, 125 kilograms on the bar. Time is ticking away.
$125 kilos now for Donglei Gu of Chinese Taipei. Currently sitting in silver overall and bronze in deadlift. A very strong end to the day.
And we have a good lead. Up next comes Anya.
This leaves Johnson to decide what to pull on her final attempt. And she's moved it down to 145, which will leave her in the silver position, 2.5 kilos above of Gu. And Jana Krishna of India now, 142.5 kilos for her third and final attempt. And a good lift, an incredibly strong end to the day with a huge deadlift. We have 2 deadlifts left of this afternoon's session. Up first we have Jayla Johnson of the United States jumping another 15 kilos to 145. This will put her into gold place for deadlifts and into silver place overall. She will end up on the podium. The question is, where? Unfortunately, just a little bit too much for Jayla today, but she still walks away with the bronze medal overall. Now we have Jessa May Tabuan of the Philippines jumping 15 kilos to 175 kilos for a world junior deadlift record attempt. She missed 150 on her opener on a balance issue, got it on her second, and is now jumping 15 kilos to attempt the world junior deadlift record. 3 red plates on the bar. Let's see how Jessa May does. Unfortunately, can't quite break the ground today, but a valiant effort from the lifter. She's already walking away with the title, so it was worth attempting the world record. So that concludes this afternoon's session, and that leaves us with the 43 kilo junior champion with Valeria Konikova of Ukraine. In silver we have Kristina Ulinik of Ukraine. And in bronze, Zuzana Znojek of Poland. We then have in the 47 kilo sub-junior class, Krishna of India in gold, Donglei Gu of Chinese Taipei in silver, and Jayla Johnson of the United States in bronze. The 43 kilo junior champion is Veronica Ompod of the Philippines. In silver is Daria Holovko. of Ukraine, followed by Oksana Sukadeva of Ukraine in bronze. In gold, in the 47 kilo junior women, we have Jessamay Tabuan of the Philippines, and in silver, Amrita Dineshwar Bhagat of India. We'll be going straight through now to the medal ceremony and then have a final session this evening at 5 p.m. local time. Don't go anywhere. We'll see you then.
now moving for the best results. 43 kilograms sub-juniors, beginning with squats. The third place goes to Poland, Zuzanna Znojek. Second place goes to Ukraine, Valeria Konuchova. And the gold also goes to Ukraine, Kristina Ulyanik. Thank you very much. Moving to bench press, the third place goes to Poland, Zuzanna Znojek. Second is Ukraine, Kristina Ulyanik. And the first place goes also to Ukraine, Valeria Kodukova. Thank you so much. Moving on to deadlift, the third place is going to Poland, Zuzanna Znojek. Second is Ukraine, Kristina Ulyanik. And Valeria Kodukova stays on the highest place of the podium and gets the gold. Takes the gold back home to Ukraine. Thank you very much. Moving on to totals, nothing changes. The third place goes to Zuzanna Znojek. Second comes Kristina Ulyanik, Ukraine. And the gold goes to Ukraine, Valeria Kodukova. Please raise for Ukraine's national anthem. Congratulations. Moving now to 47 kilograms sub-juniors squats. The third place goes to the United States of America, Jayla Johnson. Second is Dong Li Gu. From Taipei, Chinese. And number one is Anyana Krishna from India. Thank you very much. Moving on to bench press. The third place stays in the United States of America to Jayla Johnson. Second goes to Anyana Krishna, India. And Dong Li Gu from Chinese Taipei goes to number one and gets the gold. Thank you very much. The deadlift comes now, and the third place goes to Dong Li Gu from Chinese Taipei. from the United States goes to the second place. And the gold goes from India, Anyana Krishna. Very well, and moving on to totals. The third place goes to the United States, Jayla Johnson. Second is Taipei, Dong Li Gu. And the gold goes to Anyana Krishna from India. If you will please rise for India's national anthem. Congratulations, India. Moving on now. And delivering the medals for 43 kilograms juniors, starting with squats. The third place goes to Oksana Sugodieva from Ukraine. Second is Daria Holovko, Ukraine. And the gold goes to Filipinas Veronica Ompor. Thank you very much. Moving on to deadlift, bench press. Starting with Ukraine's Daria Holovko, the third place, and the bronze medal. The silver heads for Filipinas, Veronica Ompor. And gold heads for our neighbor country, Ukraine, Oksana Sugodieva. Thank you very much. Moving now to deadlift, and the third place goes to Oksana Sugodieva from Ukraine. Daria Holovko from Ukraine heads for the second place. And the gold goes to Filipinas, Veronica Ompor. Let's see how the totals stand now. Third place goes to Ukraine, Oksana Sugodieva. Ukraine gets the silver too to Daria Holovko. And the well-deserved gold goes to Filipinas, Veronica Ompor. Please rise for Filipinas national anthem. Congratulations, Filipinas. Coming up next, 47 kilograms juniors, starting with squats. The third place stays here in Romania, Alexandra Zaviescu. Amruta Gyaneshwar from India goes second. And the first place goes to Filipinas, Jessa May Tabuan. Thank you. Moving on to bench press, the situation remains similar. Third place goes to Alexandra Zaviescu from Romania. Second to India, Amruta Gyaneshwar. I'm hoping I'm getting it right. And Filipinas gets the gold, Jessa May Tabuan. Thank you very much. Going for deadlift. Nothing changes here. Alexandra Zaviescu, the third place. For Romania, India gets second to Amruta Gyaneshwar. And the Filipinas gets the highest place on the podium through Jessa May Tabuan. I am absolutely confident that nothing changes at the totals. So if you please remain on your seats. Third place goes to Alexandra Zaviescu. Amruta Gyaneshwar gets second, and the gold goes to Jessa May Tabuan from Filipinas. And it is time to rise up again for Filipinas national anthem. Thank you very much. And congratulations, Filipinos. Congratulations to all our athletes.